Okay, everyone. Today is Investing 101 with Coach TJ. Please give your attention, ask your questions so that you have them, and I'm going to hand it over to Coach TJ.
Good evening. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Good.
Good. How are
Yeah,
you?
you can stay unmuted. This is a very interactive class, so you can stay unmuted because I want to hear you guys talk and get the energy in the room. So, my name is Coach TJ. I'm one of the instructors with Miss C and Miss Rosie for S.O.A.R. I do real estate investing and some other investments. So, I want to share with you all. Julian coming in again with something else.
I got him.
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen and get everybody started. Can you all see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so like I said, Coach TJ Investing 101. Proprietary statement. Of course, you guys can't use this information without the consent of the S.O.A.R individuals. So to get to know everybody, I want to go around the room and basically get a feel. So you can unmute yourself. Please say your name and how you're feeling today.
Um, go first. I feel pretty happy. I'm a little tired, but happy overall.
Is it Janelle?
Yes.
Okay, good, good. Nice to meet you.
I would say definitely better. I'm doing good.
Is that Julian?
Yeah.
Good, good. Nice to meet you. Is that Khalil? Khalil? How you say that one?
It's Kyle.
Khalil, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. The next two, I'm not gonna butcher those names, so you guys tell me what your name is. I can repeat it back.
Okay, my name is Ying Ying and I'm very tired.
Is it? Say that again. How you say your name?
Ying Ying.
Ying Ying. Nice to meet you. Why are you tired? Rough day at school.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not gonna keep you long. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try not to keep you long. Last but not least, who was Love?
The
Uh,
Jira.
I'm Jira and I'm feeling happy.
Jira. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Jira.
Is that somebody coming in?
Yes, Nadia.
Hi, Nadia. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear.
All right, nice to meet you. I'm Coach TJ. So here's a little bit about me. I'm retired military. I was in the Air Force for 24 years. I currently do officiating sports for high school, rec league, and some junior colleges. I love to hunt. Actually, I'm leaving after this class to head to Virginia to go hunt for this weekend. And currently, I have a millionaire mindset. This is why I love investing. Also, I love to live by biblical principles. Um, I'm not a preacher, but some of my mentors, what we do is he says the Bible is not a book about religion. The Bible is a book of principles that if you live by, or if you can pattern your life by, it almost guarantees you can be successful. There's really nothing in the world guaranteed except if you have a negative mindset or negative energy, then you possibly will fail. So we try not to be negative at all. If you have any questions at all, unmute, ask the questions, or put in the chat, and Miss Cia let me know because I'm not looking at the chat right now. But we're going to talk about investing 101, building your financial future. And here's one of the biblical principles that I like to see. And you tell me if you agree or disagree with it. They said a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Anybody know what that means?
Like he builds generational wealth.
Yes. Who was that?
Janelle.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So basically, what I tell people that I interact with, if you look around your current situation, look at your family, look at your teachers, look at your aunts and uncles, look at your best friends' families, look at where they came from. Does anybody that you know had a rich uncle or rich aunt or rich grandparent that left something for them to build their life on? Because think about it, we all have bills. Our family have bills. We have mortgage payments, we have rent, we have car payments, you have grocery bills, you got a cell phone bill, you got gas for the car, if you got pets, if you got doctor bills, all of that requires money, correct? So you have to have money. Now, people say don't let money run your life, don't get fall in love with money. But the point is, we all need money to live. The more money we have, the more options you have. Now, that doesn't mean that rich people or people that have a lot of money are happy. Because if you read the news, if you go back in history, there have been millionaires. No, this past 2 weeks, a professional NFL football player, he killed himself. Unfortunately, he was dealing with the death of his mom. But he was playing with the Dallas Cowboys. He had millions of dollars, but he wasn't completely happy. That makes sense. So money really doesn't make you happy, but money, we always say money give you options. You got somebody in the waiting room, Miss Crystal. So can everybody see this picture? All right, I want a couple people to tell me, what do you see in this picture? What does the picture represent? Julian, let me
think,
for you. Oh, go ahead, Nadi. Sorry, go ahead.
okay, so I think this picture represents how we see the world through our knowledge and what's important to us.
Good. Janelle, you unmuted. Go ahead.
I think it represents how we're able to navigate the world based off what we have. So like the man on the far left, he only has money, so he's way above to the point where he can't really see everything. So that I guess that's like his quality of life is not as good because he has so much money. And then the guy that's like only on books, he can see a little bit, but he's not able to get as far as the person who has money and books. And then the guy with nothing at all can't see anything at all. So I think it's like how that
Good
is.
job. Good job. That is perfect. That is perfect. So basically, we use the word. Miss C taught me this word balance. The guy on the far right doesn't have money or knowledge, so he basically can't see the world. Like you said, the guy on the far left has a lot of money, but he can't see the world. But the guy with the knowledge and the money, has a perfect picture of everything in front of him. Have you ever heard, you guys and ladies ever heard the word knowledge is power? You,
Yes.
do you believe
Yes.
that? Do y'all believe that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna bust your bubble. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. That makes sense? Because think about it. If you have all the knowledge in the world and you don't do anything with it, what good is it gonna do you? Make sense? So applied knowledge in the right places is power. Good job. Good job. All right, so here's the objective. We're going to talk about various forms of investments, distinguish between the high risk and low risk, identify some short term and long term, and some basic concepts. Like I said, my main things are real estate investing and life insurance. So those are the things that I love. So, what is an investment? Who knows the definition of an investment? Anybody besides Janelle and Nadia? What do you think the definition of investment is? Julian, come on, you thinking? I see you thinking over there.
I would say like a long term, like if you're trying to invest into like any sort of stock or retirement fund or just like a small little business, it varies.
Okay, I'll take that. So here's what an investment is. It's an asset acquired to generate income and appreciate in value. Main words in this is asset and appreciate. Everybody know what an asset is? Anybody does not know what an asset is? Put it that way. Cool. So the goal of investments. Investments aim to provide financial growth and security over time. Keywords in this one is growth and security. You always want your money to make more money. You always want to grow in investments. The only guaranteed investments that we're ever going to talk about that I believe is yourself. You should never bet on yourself and lose. You should be the only guaranteed investment that you ever make because you should know what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish. And the different forms of investments, Julian mentioned stocks. So there's many different forms of investments. You have stocks, bonds, real estates. Like I said, personal development. We're going to talk about those a little bit more. So here's the types of investments: stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Does anybody that has not ever heard of any of these before ever? Everybody heard of at least one of these before? You know what they do, how they work? So stocks, ownership shares in a company. Who has an iPhone? Who has an Android? Okay, good. So basically, those are companies. Apple and like Samsung, the company that makes usually the Android phones, those are companies. What I tell people is things you use every day or use the most, you should own a piece of it. iPhone, Apple, own a piece of that company because we all know Apple is not going anywhere. No, they have what, iPhone 17, I think they're up to now. I'm still on 11. I don't like to upgrade too often because you upgrade every year. But if you have an iPhone, I suggest you invest in Apple. Facebook, if you guys use Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, those companies, I don't know about TikTok now because of the interesting information that's going on with the world. But things you do, like what kind of clothes do you like to wear? If that company is really doing good things, I would suggest you own a piece of that company. No, you don't have to have thousands and millions of dollars to invest in it. You have some investments we'll talk about that you can put $10 a month into. You can put $20 a month into. For bonds, bonds are the loans to government. So basically, you loaning the government money, they're gonna promise you they're gonna give you a certain percentage back at a certain time. For example, say if you buy $1,000 bond for 12 months. So if you buy that bond, the government's going to say, okay, in 12 months, I'm going to give you X amount of dollars back for loaning me that money. Mutual funds are a great investment because mutual funds are a collective of different stocks and bonds put into one group, and you can put money into that group and invest in, say, 5, 10, 15, 20 different companies. That all makes sense? Anything in the chat, Miss C? I don't have it up.
No.
Types of investments, like I talked about before: life insurance, yourself, and real estate. These are my top three, and this is why I like to talk about these. Yourself is the most important because there's a saying: if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. So if you're about to take a test in school, if you're about to go out for a job interview, if you go into that interview or go into that test and you have a negative thought, I can't do it, I'm not ready for it, you're already talking yourself out of it. Now, if you invest in yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to study hard, I'm going to go look over the questions for this interview, I know I got it, then you're building yourself up. You're having that positive mindset. Now, if you go into that interview and maybe you don't get that job, you still have that positive, you know what, this job wasn't for me. I can get the next one. Always keep that positive mindset. Think about life insurance. Does anybody know anything about life insurance, or what are your thoughts about life insurance?
It protects your life.
In what way, ma'am?
If you get sick, insurance can cover some of your paycheck,
Okay, yes.
of the medical paycheck.
Yes, I will agree with that. What I tell people about life insurance is really not about protecting you. It's more about protecting the people that's around you. Because even in death, what happens if somebody passes away, you have to have the funeral. So the funeral is going to cost money. The person that's passed away, they're not here anymore, so that burden is not on them. Now it's going to be on the family that's left behind. Doing real estate investing, I see a lot of this happen that older people pass away and their kids, inherit the property, but at times they also inherit the debt from that person. Life insurance covers that person that's left behind. Now you have a good life insurance policies. Someone passes away, excuse me, they can go and pay for the funeral, they can pay off the bills. Um, but there's another thing with life insurance called living benefits that I work in. Living benefits protect you while you're living. Like Nadia said, it helps with the medical payments. So, for example, my business partner, he had a life insurance policy. 4 months after he had it, he got into a car accident. He broke his collarbone, like his femur. So he was out of work for like 6 months. His life insurance policy paid for his bills for 6 months so that him and his family wouldn't be stressed out and lose anything they had. Real estate. Everybody lives somewhere. Well, I can't say not everybody. There are homeless people, and me and Miss C are actually working to get somewhere that homeless people can live. With real estate, if you can think back wherever you guys live, ladies live, how has that environment changed over the last few years? Have you seen any new buildings go up, any new apartments, any new businesses get started where you guys live? Any real estate changes?
I see a lot of road work now.
Yeah, construction. You know why that is?
Money, funds.
Because a lot of the areas, a lot of areas are changing now because more real estate is being built. So they have to go and work on the road construction and work on the infrastructure to be able to handle more congestion, more traffic coming into the roadways. Um, Certain areas where it used to be a lot of wood. I know you all live in the city, we're in the country, so you might not see a lot of new real estate going up in the actual city. But if you ever venture out to the country or the rural areas, you'll notice some areas that used to be like wooded areas are now houses. Real estate is one of those things that's never going away because people are always going to need somewhere to live at. So high risk and low risk, there's a difference. High risk, cryptocurrency. Everybody, have you heard of cryptocurrency before? Anybody never heard of cryptocurrency before? Basically, the digital currency that's coming out now. Penny stocks sounds just like what it sounds like. It's a stock that you can buy for a penny. Startup basically means startup companies. Startup companies are high risk because you don't have any information on how they're gonna do. So if somebody start a food truck or a restaurant, it's a startup. Never been there before. You don't know the history of it. They may do great. They may not do great. So they're high risk. Low risk, the government bonds because they're guaranteed by the government. High yield savings accounts. Savings accounts, general with a bank, you'll get maybe 0.0 to 0.1% return on your money. For the high yield savings accounts, they give you more return on your money. So, say if you guys are working and you want to start saving money, you open a bank account. If you have a regular savings account, they don't pay you as much money back on your money as a high yield. There's a benefits for each one. The benefits for high risk, you get higher returns. So basically, you get more money back on your money. The growth opportunities kind of goes along with that. They have bigger growth opportunities. And portfolio diversification basically means you have a wider range of things that you can invest in. Some of the benefits of low risk capital preservation basically mean your money is safe. So if you put money into a low risk investments, you have a safer chance of you not losing your money. Steady income, income comes in once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, however you want to set it up, and basically peace of mind. The biggest thing for investors or people in the world in general, they don't like to lose money. They don't want to put their money somewhere and have a chance they may not get it back. That is a big concern of most investors. Any questions so far? Anybody see anything? Any questions, thoughts, comments? Nothing yet? Okay, good. Short term versus long term. Who knows what that means? Who haven't I picked on yet? Janelle, who should I pick on? Oh, I see a hand raised. You got off easy. Go ahead. We'll Is that Jayla?
Yes. I think a short-term investment is like an investment that probably won't be like, I wouldn't say important, but it probably like wouldn't be relevant in like 2 years. So say if
Mhm.
you want to invest in like, say if you want to invest in like a rental car for like 2 years, you want to rent out a car for 2 years. That's a
Mhm.
short-term investment. Where there, as to a long-term investment would be like if you buy a car, like if you buy a Mercedes Benz, that's investing in like a more long-term thing.
Good job. Perfect. Perfect. Yep. It's basically about the years. Short term is usually less than 3 years, and long term usually more than 3 years. So when you're investing your money, does anybody work? Who's working right now? Who has a job? How many of you guys have jobs? Anybody have a job yet? Oh wow, nobody has a job yet. Okay, so think in future when you get this job and you think about making more money and investing, think about when you're gonna need the money. Short-term investments is like, okay, if I put this money into an investment, can I get it back in less than 3 years to use for something else? Who's in, let me see, who's a freshman or a sophomore in high school right now? Or we have anybody that's not seniors?
I'm a junior.
Okay, good. So basically, say you start working, you say, okay, I need my money back before I become a senior. Was that how do you say her name? Jara? Is that right?
Debra.
Jara. What grade are you in?
Ninth.
Okay. So think about it right now. Say you started working or you getting Christmas presents, you getting birthday presents, you getting money. Say, okay, where can I put this money that when I become a senior in 3 years, I can get it back? That's a short term. Or you're thinking, you know what? I'm going to save this money until I get out of college. That would be a long term investment. So when are you going to need the money back? That determines if you want to do a short term or a long term investment. All right, the benefits. Everything has benefits and everything has negatives. So the benefits of short term liquidity basically mean you can get that money back quicker than you can a long term. Flexibility, adapt to market changes. So basically, the market goes up and down. When you may see it on the news, you talk about different things like going on with the government, like right now with the government being shut down. A lot of stocks and things went down because there's really nothing working. Very low risk. So you have a less chance of losing your money in a short term investment. Benefits of long term compound growth. So it basically grows more over time. That's all that means. Tax advantages. Unfortunately, we all have to pay taxes. Now, if there's a way around it, one of you young people are smarter than I am, you guys have more technology. If you find a way we don't have to pay taxes, let me know and we can go into business together. But everybody's going to pay taxes. But the difference is on long-term investments, the government taxes you less because honestly, they get to use your money for a longer period of time. Reducing trading costs. If you're doing stock market trading, if you do long-term investments, the cost is less than short-term. So everything has a benefit, and no, everything doesn't have a big benefit at times. Now, here's my favorite part of the night: real estate. Has anybody thought about or interested in doing real estate investing? Janelle, anybody else? Jayla, okay, who was that? Is that Helena?
It's
Good,
Helena.
good, good, good. Well, here's my favorite things. Now we get really into the fun part. Real estate is a tangible asset. Anybody know what tangible means?
Like you can hold it or feel it.
Basically, yep, you can hold it, touch it, see it. Yes, real estate is a tangible asset. Like most stock market investments, if you put your money into the stock market, once you put it in this, you really can't. You can see the stock move, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes at that company. Real estate is something you can touch, feel, see. Income. Properties can generate rental income. I'm going to show you a couple slides because we have rental. Also, if you didn't know, Miss C, that's my wife. We're married. So when I say us, that's what I talk about. So just to let everybody know. We have a couple of rental properties that we work on and we do real estate investing together. Leverage. It allows investors to borrow money and increase returns. So basically, if you have a house and that house is worth $200,000 and you owe no money on the house, or if you owe a little money on the house, you can actually go to a bank and borrow money against that house. That's where the leverage comes in at. All right, the basics. So residential and commercial. Julian, pick on you for a minute. What's the difference in residential and commercial?
Residential is like single family homes or apartment units or just for family, and commercial is like multiple different like offices or retails.
Yep.
And yeah.
Good job. Good job. Yep. Residential is basically a house people live in. Commercial is more like a business, like the Walmart, like Sam's Club, Starbucks. All right. So here's some strategies for my real estate investors that's coming up that we're going to work with. Fix and flip, wholesales, and buy and holds. Is it Helena?
Yes.
All right. So do you want to explain these for us? You said you're interested in real estate investing.
So fixing and flipping would basically be like buying an old home that's kind of shabby and then going in and renovating and then selling it at a much higher price so that you can make profit.
Mm-hmm.
Wholesale is kind of like you help someone buy a house, and then buying a holding is like you buy a home and then you keep it so you kind of gain equity.
Good job. Good job. Yep. Fix and flip, you put money in it, you fix it, buy something cheap, fix it up, sell it high. Wholesaling is you find a property that maybe somebody else is looking for, you can get it under contract and you let them buy it. And buying wholes is basically the rental properties. We do all three. I've did all three of these. Right now we have two buying holes or three buying holes. One is still in progress of being worked on. I'm gonna show you guys the actual flip that me and Miss C did to generate some income. Potential returns, rental income that we just talked about. You basically have a property and somebody's renting it out from you. So whatever that mortgage payment is, the person that's renting that property from you is paying the mortgage. Appreciation, every year that property goes up in value. Unless they have something like in 2008, they had the housing market crash and houses went down. But in the world of investing, things go up and things go down. So you just have to pay attention to what's really going on around you. The tax benefits. People that own real estate, you get great tax benefits. Like I said, deduction in the mortgage interest, the property taxes, depreciation. As a house appreciates in value, it goes up. It also depreciates from the government standpoint, and you can get tax breaks from that. So, from my research and my mentors, real estate has created the most millionaires out of any industry. Some might say the stock market or um, the Powerball, but consistently, real estate has created the most millionaires in any industry. But within everything, there is risks. For real estate, the market fluctuations. The Big Short is one of my favorite movies. It's a real estate movie about the housing crash that happened in 2008. So if you have some time, if you're interested in real estate investment, Helena, Janelle, and I think Jayla, find that movie, The Big Short, and take a look at it. It's very interesting. What happened is the government was giving loans to anybody. One of you probably could have went into a bank and you had a job and say, "Hey, I want to buy a house," and they would have gave it to you. No if and buts about it. Well, what happened is if you do that at too big of a scale, the country can't support it. And what happened at one time, all of these banks called in all those loans on those properties they had gave people. And of course, at the time, people could not pay these loans back. And it created what's called a bubble. And that bubble burst. People had to really give up their houses. Not to give away the movie, but one guy had put the house in his dog's name. That's how bad it was, people getting houses. Another thing is the maintenance costs. Of course, to have these properties, like your home you live in, you have to keep it up. If you get a hole in the wall, you have to fix it. If a pipe leaks, you have to fix it. If you get a hole in the roof, you have to fix it. Unless you do it yourself, all those things cost money. Vacancy risk, like if you have an apartment or a house and you're rented out and something happens to the tenant and they move out, you have to cover that mortgage payment for the time that you don't have anybody in there. And liquidity concerns. If you need money quick, you can sell the house, but that may take time. Time to get the people that's renting out of it, time to fix anything that's wrong, time to market it, and time for it to close. So those are some of the things that's the risk, but me personally, they're not major risks that keep you from getting into real estate investing. The pros outweigh the cons to me in real estate investing. Now, here's a couple things for my future investors that you want to look into. The 1% rule, the 50% rule, and the 70% rule is some things that as investors that we kind of use. The 1% rule kind of goes with rents. 50% rule goes with the maintenance, and the 70% rule goes with how we buy properties. But here's an actual property that my mentor in Chicago that he bought a property on. So I want to break this down real quick. So the purchase price of the house was $125,000. So either he went to the bank and got 125 out, or he had 125 cash. Like Alina was saying, to fix it up, it costs $80,000 to fix this property up. So right now you bought it for 125, put 80 in it to fix it up. The total cost for that property is 205,000. Everybody see that? So now the ARV stands for after rehab value. Once we fix this house up, how much is it worth to put on the market to sell? That would be 310,000. So the equity is the difference between the ARV and how much we got into it. So the equity in this house is 105,000. That makes sense? Anybody lost? Everybody with me? So if you go buy a property for 125, you put 80,000 in it, it's worth 310. Right there, you already have 105,000 in equity in this house. You can go borrow some money against the 105. You can flip this house and make the 105. So if you decide to rent it out, you can rent it out for where to go. Monthly gross income, 3,200. That's how much they're renting this house out for. This is in the city in Chicago. So the rent is $3,200. Expenses, what we talked about earlier, the maintenance costs, the vacancy fees, the management fees, all that every month is $2,100. So the difference in $2,100 and $3,200 is $1,100. So on this property that you bought for 125, you fixed it up for 80, you rent it out for 3,200, and you're making $1,100 a month. This is the cash in your pocket. This $1,100 is the money that's coming in your pocket every month that you can decide to do what you want to do with it. That makes sense? Does anybody got any questions about it? Anybody lost? This is basically what a rental property for real estate looks like. So Janelle, I think Helena, and Jayla, if you guys want to get into rental properties, this is how much money you can make. This is just one property now. Now, the prices can fluctuate. You can buy it for 225 and put 100 in it. And these prices will fluctuate with every property that you get. And not every property is the same, but this is just a general idea. All right, now I'm gonna show you one Miss C and I did. This is a property that we actually did personally. This is one of the ones that I did. Another Bible verse I love is where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So what that means is whatever you focus on the most, whatever you feel in your heart the most, or whatever you in your mind the most, that's where your actions and intentions are gonna go. That makes sense. So I'm gonna show you the actual pictures of this property we did also. The backstory for this house is this was a friend of mine's house I was in the military with. He lives in Tampa, Florida. This house is up here in northern Florida where me and Miss C live. He was rented out to a young guy and his girlfriend and his daughter. Well, what happened, the renters that he had stopped paying rent. This is one of the problems with real estate. When he stopped paying rent, my friend still had to make the mortgage payments on it. But at the time, he had cancer. He was sick, going through treatments and everything like that. He wasn't working, so he couldn't make the mortgage payments either. But what I did, this is how I help people. For me, real estate investing is finding people that have problems, and me working with them or buying that house will solve their problems. That's how I do real estate. So in this situation, the mortgage on this house, the payoff on this house was $198,000. So what I did is I did what's called creative financing. I said, okay, how can I help him in this situation? For this house, it was us taking over his mortgage payments. So his mortgage payments was $1,100 a month. So for 3 months, I took over his mortgage payments. That cost us $3,300. I had to go in, and I'm gonna show you the pictures of the house, and spend $15,000 and 15,500 plus 10,000 for the roof, so 25,000 to get this house fixed up to be able to sell. So the total investment was 28,800. That's how much we had to spend to get the house ready to sell. We sold the house in 3 months for 284,000. Everybody tracking? So the closing costs, what closing costs are, once you say you're going to buy a house or sell a house, you have to go through an attorney, and they draw up the paperwork and make sure everything is clean to sell the house. You have to pay somebody. So we have to pay the closing costs and the 10,000 for the roof. Once we sold this house, we ended up making $55,700. That makes sense. So we made $55,700 in 3 months for me helping a friend that couldn't make his mortgage payments to get out of a problem. That makes sense. All right, I'm gonna show you the pictures on that. So let me stop the share on this one. Let me find that one. So this is the actual house that we did. Can you guys see the house? The picture up?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the house, and I'm gonna walk you through the process how we do this.
Oh, that's what you weren't.
Huh? Talking to see you, not muted. Okay. So you see the grass is brown, you see the trash and stuff that's around the house. This is the front of the house. Trash, door and stuff was dirty. We're gonna take a look through the house. This is the backyard. This is what the people that rented the house basically did to the house. The backyard, see the screen broke, grass is dead, trash. Had a shed out back with trash in it. Now we're going inside the house. You see how bad the carpet is. This is one of the rooms that had stuff in. This is what the house looked like. And this is how most houses that you're gonna invest in look like when you walk into them. Now, some we had look way worse than this. Where the air conditioner is at, it had trash in there. The living room, what it looks like. The kitchen, we had plants and trash and stuff in the kitchen. This is the kitchen countertop. Trash in the kitchen. This is the garage. One of the bedrooms, how bad the carpet looks, stained and coming up. So first thing you always do when you get a property, you have to go in and clean it out. So you just take everything out of it so you'll have a blank canvas to know what you're working with. So this is what the clean out looks like. So we went in, pulled all the carpet up, took all the trash out of the kitchen, out of the entire house. Now, this is what it looks like after we finish cleaning it up. See how green the grass is? All we did, yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Ms. Janelle.
Do you have to clean it like yourself? Like, do you and Missy have to go in the house and clean by yourself?
No, what I do is I have contractors that work for me, and I hire them, and they go in and hire like a cleaning crew. Sometimes me and Missy we'll go in, and depends on the property itself. Now we don't do the entire thing, but we hire people to help us out. That goes into the rehab costs. So you have a contractor, you basically ask them, okay, from cleaning it out to getting it ready to sell, how much is it going to cost me? So that goes into your costs. So that went into that 28,000 that I spent for rehab costs. Now for the grass, you see how brown the grass was before? All we did was water the grass. We just went in and watered it every day. We didn't do anything else to it. They raked up the pine straw and watered it. This is the backyard. Remember how the backyard looked that had the trash and stuff in the backyard? So we cleaned all the backyard stuff up, watered the grass. Front yard again. Now we went inside, we cleaned it out, we changed the floors. Remember all the old dirty carpet? We took all the old dirty carpet out. We took all of the old dirty carpet out. We washed the walls down, put new ceiling fans up everywhere. This was the living room area where the vacuum cleaner was at. Like just the kitchen. Remember how dirty the kitchen was? Cleaned all the cabinets, the refrigerator. This is that bedroom that had the dirty carpet with the wrinkles in it. Put new ceiling fans up. Cleaned the bathrooms up. Changed some of the doors and put new doors up because the doors was bad. So you see the difference in how start to finish that looks? And that, like I said, that's basic real estate investing. So if you want to get into real estate investing, that is something I can definitely help everybody out with, and we can talk more about. What time is it? You stay on the break time, or you go a couple more slides, Miss C?
Well, you can do it anytime. You can do it anytime you want. You can do it at 6:30, or excuse me,
Okay.
7:30 their time.
All right, so we go back to this. So that was that property. So this was one of the real estate properties we've done, and we've done so far. I've done four like this. We have 2 properties we did like this that we actually rent out. So we have rental properties now. Let's see. All right, now the life insurance part. The life insurance that I work in is called Index Universal Life Insurance. Can everybody see the screen again? We'd like to share it again. Can you see that? The new screen?
Yes.
Okay. There's, let me see. Jayla, I haven't picked on you yet. Still with me? So who we haven't picked on? Is it Ying Ying? Is that how you say your name? I want to pick on people that hasn't been talking yet. Jayla, I see her head. All right, she'll come back in. Oh, we picked up Ashley. Hi, Ashley. How are you doing?
I'm good.
So,
You want me to read the whole thing?
no. Do you know the difference in
Oh,
what do you know?
sorry.
What do you know about life insurance?
Um,
Or from your knowledge and what you heard, what you've seen, what do you know about life insurance?
I think it's supposed to protect you, like, I know it's like something like when you die, oh my gosh.
You're fine.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Um,
You're on the right track.
like when you die, I think you're like you can give like money to your family or something like that.
Yes, that is the basic version. Yes, good job.
Okay.
Yes, good job. So there's different types of life insurance. There's what's called whole life insurance and it's called term life insurance. Term basically means what it means, term. You can get it for a certain term. You can get it for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. Whole life insurance basically covers the person their whole life until they pass away. You have the Index Universal Life that I love to work with is an investment on top of life insurance. Also, you can use this insurance while you're living. That's a concept that a lot of people really don't are not familiar with because a lot of people go with the old thinking of just like you said, you buy it, you die, then you use it. This can you see this picture says GoFundMe with the circle and line through it? Can somebody tell me what you think that means?
That a life insurance isn't a GoFundMe?
Yes, I will take that answer. In my experience, I'm 52, so I've lived pretty much a lot longer than most of you all have. The world is a crazy place. And what a lot of people do is they create these GoFundMe accounts when something bad happens in their life. They create a GoFundMe account and they ask for strangers to send them money to help them with their problem. To me, I'm not a fan of that because now you're asking people that you don't know, and you do send it to your family and friends sometimes too, but they have their own issues in life. Some people create these for the wrong reasons. There's a lot of scams out there. Now, with life insurance, it's more of a guarantee that you can help your family once something happens in your life. What I'm following right now, there's a book called What Would the Rockefellers Do? Anybody ever heard the name Rockefellers before?
Yes, I've heard of that
Yes.
name.
Okay. Well, the Rockefellers is a basically a family throughout history that's passed billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars down to their families. This is what our goal is for me and Missy. What our goal is to help young people like yourselves to follow a financial path that you can create generational wealth, what somebody said earlier, to help your kids, 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 kids for the rest of your lives. I'm going to name some names of companies and tell me if you heard of these names before. Disney, Coca-Cola,
Yes. Yes.
Nike.
Yes.
Okay. All of those companies started way before you guys were born, years ago. And they're still going right now that you know of them. Those are the kind of companies that somebody generations ago started and passed those companies down through their families. How would you feel right now that if your name, not even saying successful in name wise, but if you had family members that you guys could have trust funds that you know your college is paid for, your first house you paid for is bought, your first car is bought, how would that make you feel?
Good.
Good. So think about it that way. That's the mindset I want you to get in. Think about what you can do now that your grandkids will not have to say struggle per se, but you can pass something down of value to your grandkids. That's the mindset I like for people to get into. Now, we're going to build your investment strategy, research options. What I always, oh, actually, you weren't here. Let me ask you this question. I think you missed this part. Have you ever heard the phrase knowledge is power?
Yes, I have.
Do you believe that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm going to bust your bubble. Like I told them, knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. Because you can be the smartest person in the world, but if you never use your smarts, how is that power? That makes sense? Good. So as you guys and gals grow now, I want you to always research. There's a phrase, always be learning. You don't know what you don't know. The only way to find out what you don't know is to seek help, study, and get professional help. Now, like Janelle, like you just asked me and Miss C, did we go clean out our houses? We could, but that would take away our time for doing something else. So now we go pay somebody that's their profession to clean that house out. While they're cleaning the house out, me and Miss C can go do other things to make more money. That makes sense. Now, you may hear this too. A lot of people say, oh, I'm not going to pay somebody else to do it. I can do it. That's what a lot of people think. And that's great. But what you have to weigh is the time that you're doing it yourself. Is that time worth not paying somebody to do it and you can do something else? You have to think about it. Now, that's why I say seek professional advice. If you have a question about investing, always seek professionals. Um, Create a diverse portfolio. Never put all of your money in one place. No, the old people used to say, never put all your eggs in one basket. Never put all of your money in one place because if that one place blows up, gets stolen, or gets destroyed, now all of your money is gone. So you want to diversify, put money in different places so to make money and move in different places. That makes sense. Monitor and adjust. Always pay attention to it. Don't be scared and look at it every day and be like, oh my God, it didn't move. Oh my God, it didn't make no money. Oh my God, I lost money. No, you want to monitor it, see what's going on with it, and then adjust. So if say you have it in an investment and that investment is not doing so well over 6 months, but you have your money in another investment that's doing way better in 6 months, you may want to move some of them to the one that's doing better. All right, now I'm gonna need everybody to chime in on this one. What do you all feel the purpose of money is? I need a few answers on this one.
Um, I honestly think the purpose of money, like, I don't know how to say this, but like, I don't want to sound like the purpose of money, like in a general way, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, is like to use it to buy things and get things you want and need.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yep, good answer.
honestly, like, I think money honestly is just kind of tearing us apart as like a society because of certain things.
Great answer. I like that. Who's next?
I think, oh, Jay, I
Go
think
ahead.
the money is the key to success, in my opinion.
Okay. Who's next?
I think the purpose of money honestly is to just live. Like in today's society, it's very hard to live without money.
Ooh. Anybody else? All right. Here's one. Go ahead, Julie.
Just to buy wants and needs and to have more sense of order, I guess.
Yeah, I like good answer. I like that. I'm gonna make it simple for you guys. The purpose of money is to make you more money. Janelle, like what? Because here's the thing, like that, those are all great answers. And like you said, like I said earlier, we have cell phone bills. We're all on Zoom right now, so you got a phone or a laptop you have to buy. You have the internet you have to pay for. You have food you have to eat. You have clothes you have to buy. You have to have money to do that, right? So look at it this way: if you have money and that money makes you more money, you can go out and buy more things. Like Judy said, the things you need, the things you want, you can get more things. Now, like I said, some people get infatuated with that, like you all said, and I agree with everything you said about the money is tearing the world apart because people use money in the wrong way. I look at it the same way as social media. Social media is a great platform if you use it for the right way. It's like anything else. I'm a gun advocate. Like you saw my profile, I hunt. I love guns. My guns have never shot themselves without me pulling the trigger. So people that hate guns are not the problem. It's people that don't have the right mental state that has the guns. Money is the same way. Money is not the problem. It's the people that abuse money and use it the wrong way. That makes sense. So you always have to look at everything around you, not just money and other things. Look at everything around you. Are you using it for positivity? Is what you're doing with whatever you have in your hand, a pen, when you're making food, are you using it for something positive to make the things around you better? One of my mentors, Inky Johnson, when I show you guys the slide, his saying is always leave things better than what you found them. Always, no matter what people around you are doing. Uh, Another thing is too, for the purpose of money, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. Because say you make $1,000 a month and your bills are $1,000 a month. If you make 1,000 and you spend 1,000, you can't grow from that. Everybody agree with that? But say your bills are $1,000 a month. I mean, your paycheck is $1,000 a month, but your bills are $500 a month. So then you have 500 left over. What are you going to do with that 500 left over to make a positive impact? A budgeting rule. We do budgeting too. This is just a chart. This is just an idea chart. Don't ingrain it in your brain. But it kind of goes with what I just said. It's not about what you make; it's about what you keep. So whatever you make, 50% should go to your needs. Like you said, you need groceries. You have to pay for housing. You have to pay for utilities, health insurance, your car payment. Those are needs that you have to have. So your whole entire paycheck should never be 100% of your needs. Now, these two, I kind of flip flop. It should be 20 for wants, like shopping, dining out, and hobbies. But if you make enough money that 30% can go there, then that's great. But I do 20% here because of Miss C. She won't let me spend a lot of my money. And we do 30% saving and investing. I see that look you give me. So break your money down in percentages. How can you keep more? But never, this right here should never be 100%. Never, ever, 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 ever. And you can change this for whatever you need. Because say you just started working and you don't make a lot, you can fluctuate these, but never let this be 100%. Now here's a basically little budget thing we use. You have all your things. We write everything down. I didn't have my chart up, but after the break, I bring my chart up. Always write down where your money is going. You should calculate every penny that you make and every penny that you, because think about it this way. When you guys started working or you've been around your parents and stuff, everybody has a debit card or a credit card, right? When you swipe the card, you can't see the money, right? You don't know how much is really leaving your bank account. Now, when people have cash in their hands, they tend to spend less because now you can actually see the money leaving your hand. You can swipe a credit card as long as it keeps going through, you'll keep swiping it, right? But eventually you're going to swipe it and they're going to say, I'm sorry, card declined, because you're never keeping track of how much money is actually being spent on that card. But if you go into a store, you got $100 and you buy something that's 20, now you got 80 left. You buy something that's another 20, you got 60 left. Eventually you can be like, oh, I can't spend enough of that. I'm spending my money. If you can see it, you know where it's going. That makes sense? There's only like 5 more slides left. You just want to keep going now and not do the break thing? Anybody need a break? If you think you need a break, or you guys keep going. Who want to keep going? Miss C said I have to do a break. I don't know why. Okay, so we're gonna do a 5-minute break and we'll come back. Is that good? Is that good, Miss C? Okay, we'll do a 5-minute break. So it's 6:35. Come back at 6:40. That's good. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope everybody had a great break. All right, I got a couple more slides, and then we're gonna do an exercise. Let me see where slide am I on? Well, before I get to the slide, let me chat with you all for a second. All right. Any of you have mentors yet? Besides the S.O.A.R group, does anybody have a mentor or a person that they speak with about their future? Anybody have anybody yet? Is it yin yin? Is that how you say it? Correct?
Yeah.
You said no?
Yeah, I said no.
How old are you?
I'm 15, turning 16.
Okay. When's your birthday?
June 8th.
Oh, well, happy early birthday if I don't see you again. All right. What is your goal in life? Right now, what do you feel like you want to do?
Something related in the medical field, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay. So, anybody else? Anybody else have a mentor yet or anything? Janelle, what do you want? How old are you, Janelle?
I'm also 15, gonna turn 16 in June too.
What do you? Oh, birthday party! Oh, party! What do you
I
want to do?
I actually I want to do too many things.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, and I've been trying to like narrow it down because I know I'm gonna start the college application process soon.
Well,
But
you're young. Yeah, you're young. Okay, you can
right
don't.
now I'm gonna do like biochemistry.
Oh Jesus! Oh my! I can't help you with that.
But yeah.
All right, cool. Julian, how old are you?
What I want to become is a pharmacist.
Okay, good. How old are you?
17.
Okay. Ashley, how old are you?
Yeah.
Look, Ashley, between chews, how old are you? She can't hear us now. Hey, Ashley, how old are you? How old are you, Ashley?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
You're fine.
17.
Okay. What do you want to do? You grew up, as they say.
I want to be an international singer with probably my own company and business.
Oh, don't forget me. I just want backstage tickets.
Okay.
Good. Who's left? Nadia, Helena, and is it Jara? Jara? Yeah, I'm bad with names. Nadia, you up, Miss Nadia? Or Helena?
I just turned 18 and I'm a senior in high school right now, so I'm applying to college. And I plan on majoring in business administration and then also government.
Okay, good, good. Cool. Well, the reason I asked you all that question is we're going to the next few slides before we leave. Does anybody not know what a mentor is? Everybody know what a mentor is? Okay, Ashley, what do you think a mentor is, Ashley?
I mean, there could be different types of mentors. That's why I said so. But
Okay.
in general, a mentor is someone who guides you, right? Can help you like based on what you need. They
Yes.
like help you get to the right place.
Yeah, that is it. So change that to that. The reason I ask everybody what they want to do, you guys are at an age right now that I wish I had a mentor to guide me where I wanted to go. I went straight into the military at 18. I did 24 years in the Air Force. Then I got out and I did government contracting for 7 years. I'm from a small town. I'm from the country. We don't have any millionaires in my family. I'm gonna be the first one. Um, we had a lot of business people. This is very interesting. My grandfather was my best friend. You will see him on one of the slides. But my grandfather was my best friend. He was a carpenter. Ironically, I'm in the real estate investing now. It comes full circle. So my grandfather was my mentor in the real estate that I'm doing now because I can think back on the things that we used to do, how to build houses, how to do things in real estate. My mom had a daycare center. She was the first six-figure earner in my family as a daycare center. So I had business mentors, but the problem was they didn't have the financial literacy for business. They didn't know how to, like I just told you all, how to do the 50% for needs, 20% wants, and 30%. They didn't have that mentality. I don't blame them for it because they were taught what their parents and their great parents, grandparents taught them. They didn't have these classes like you all have, somebody to teach you the next steps in life. The reason I say get a mentor is whatever you want to do in life, Janelle, so you say you had a lot of things. What you do is find somebody in those things that you want to do and you follow them and you talk to them. The best thing you can do is talk to them and find out the mistakes they made, the path they have to take, and if you want to follow that same path. Um, right now, you guys see the professional singers, you guys see professional rappers, you see professional athletes on TV, right? But you never see what they go through to get where they're at right now. Now, you may see some documentaries about the person's life, but you see all the fame right now. One of my mentors, Eric Thomas, he always say people want the glamour, but they don't want to do what it takes to get there. That makes sense. So I'm going to show you a couple of the people that I follow and what I am looking forward to. Y'all see the screen with a little kid? All right. Here's a. I like to read. Miss C makes me read. I really didn't like to read until me and Miss C got together, and then she started making me read. But there's a lot of knowledge in books that you can apply. Um, Myron Golden's one of my mentors. I read his books. Trash Man to Cash Man. He was actually a garbage man, and he's now a multimillionaire. He's a business coach. We actually met him. He's in Tampa. Me and Miss C actually we saw him live. He's a great dude, and this is why I say, talking after you read their books, if you can meet the person, it's eye opening. Robert Kiyosaki. Anybody ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki before? This book, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yes.
That is a great book to read. It actually talks about a rich dad and a poor dad. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The Millionaire Next Door. These are some great books. I have a long list of other books. You can see my book stand behind us. This is part of one of them. But we do a lot of reading. The next one here, my mentors. Anthony O'Neill. He's go by AO. He has a podcast called the Table. Eric Thomas. Anybody ever heard of Eric Thomas before? He's more in you guys' realm now. Inky Johnson. Jamal King is, I met him too. Me and Missy met him. He's my real estate mentor. All of these guys have a story to tell. These three right here, Eric Thomas, Inky Johnson, and Jamal King, they have powerful stories to tell. Eric Thomas was homeless. He was homeless at 16. He realized that his stepdad wasn't his real dad. Him and his mom got into a fight and he left home. He was homeless. Inky Johnson, if you see his arm right here with his sling, he was a great college football player that had a contract to go to the NFL, and he got hurt his last second game from college, and he couldn't play football no more. So he became a motivational speaker. Jamal King, why they call him the 9-to-5 millionaire, he was actually a Chicago police officer for 20 years. He became a millionaire while he was being a police officer in Chicago. His dad, his mom, his uncle, his brother, everybody was cops. So, of course, he followed that family tradition. But what happened, he was going to the NFL also, but he got hurt. So he still had NFL friends that he would go hang out with. And his goal was he still wanted the NFL lifestyle, even though he couldn't play in the NFL. So he became a real estate expert. That's why they call him the 9-to-5 millionaire, because he was working a 9-to-5 job and became a millionaire. The reason why I say get a mentor is these three guys or five guys is basically where I want to be. So what I do is I listen to their stories, I listen to their podcasts, I listen to their advice, and I kind of pattern myself to go behind them. Inky Johnson says something that's very powerful. He said, learn from others' mistakes because you can't make them all yourself. So, Janelle, since you want to do real estate investing, if I tell you, hey, don't buy that house because of XYZ, it should be, okay, I hear you. Why shouldn't I buy that house? And once I explain it to you, you should be, okay, cool, because I've seen it already, if that makes sense. So if you know somebody if somebody is willing to tell you the mistakes they've made so you don't make the same mistakes, that should be a clue I should listen to that person. That makes sense? That's what a good mentor does. A good mentor keeps you away from mistakes they've made already. Also, Eric Thomas, his favorite quote is what is your why? Why do you want to do what you want to do? You got to have something powerful behind it. Like I said, my grandfather was my best friend. He was 93 years old when he passed away. Up until he passed away, when I went home on leave from the military, or if I go home to hunt, if I go home, the first place I would go is to his house and hang out with him. And I would pick him up the next day and we would go hang out all day. Because I would listen to the knowledge that he had at 90 some years old to tell me the things he did in life. Of course, Missy, she's my business mentor. She's the yin to my yang, as they call it, because I hate details. I really hate the small things, but she is great at them. I love to talk. So when I do real estate investing, I negotiate the deals. I go walk through the properties. I play with the numbers. She works the contracts. She talks to the people that's doing the paperwork. That's how we balance each other. And this little booger right here is my new grandson. Well, he's not new anymore. He'll be 3 this year. But my goal is to leave something for him not to be able to struggle. No, his college is going to be paid for. When he gets married, we're going to buy his first house. We have a younger daughter, Missy and I, that she's 18, she's in college. Our goal is now we're working to try to help her buy her first house. That's what you should do as a leader in your family at your age, to grow, to be able to do things to leave your future generations not to struggle. That makes sense. That should be a goal. Also, Eric Thomas, he has a video I was trying to pull up, but I couldn't get it to play. But I got one more slide that I want to do a exercise with you all. But thank you for listening. I hope that you all have got something out of this. I know it's a lot compacted into a short time, but read this statement right here. And this is the video I want you all to go see. Just look up Eric Thomas Guru video. If you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. That is a interesting statement, and he has a video go along with it. But everybody got a pen or pencil? I want you to write something down real quick. What Air Force One? Oh, yeah, integrity. Yeah, this is our Air Force core values. Miss C just reminded me. Integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. That was our Air Force core values. That's one of the things that we live by. My grandfather used to tell me, your name will get into a lot of rooms before your body ever does. So people are going to talk about you. If it's you're doing good or if you're doing bad, people are going to talk about you. So you're going to walk into different places as you guys get older and you start doing your own businesses and going to colleges. You're going to walk up to people and they'll be like, oh, Ashley, I heard about you. I know you. I heard your name. Or Janelle, I heard you. Oh, you're Janelle. Or they're going to be like, oh, you're Julian. People are going to talk about you before you even meet them. Make sure what they talking about, what they hear is all positive things. But here's what I want you to write down. P plus T plus F plus A equals R. So P is in Paul, plus T is in Tom, plus F is in Frank, plus A is in Apple, equals R, as in Romeo. Does anybody want to even take a guess what that means? Janelle looking like, I have no idea. Everybody got the letters? Now I'm going to tell you what they stand for. P stands for programming. Right now, you all have been programmed from your parents, from your schools, from your environment, from your surroundings. T equal thoughts. The program you received gives you thoughts. The F is your feelings. The program you receive to give you the thoughts you have, give you your feelings that you have. The A equals actions. So you're programmed to have certain thoughts that give you certain feelings that cause you to do certain actions. Anybody want to guess what the R equals or stands for?
Results?
Good job. You are the winner for the night. Hey, everybody give Ashley a hand. Yes, it equals results. The program that you have right now, when you guys go to school and you learn something, they teach you 2 plus 2, whatever, 4 plus 4, whatever you learn. You're being programmed. When your parents tell you, hey, go clean your room, or hey, don't touch that stove, it's hot, or hey, go take out the trash, you're programmed to do certain things. These things give you thoughts. Your thoughts is going to give you the feelings, how you feel about things. Your actions are going to make you have your results. So realize that whatever you're doing, when you're thinking about something, school, life, whatever, put it into that equation and see where it leads you to. All right. So now here's the what I call it, exercise. Let's see if I can find my whiteboard. Uh-oh, it's not coming up. Oh, there it is. Can y'all see a whiteboard or no?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Don't laugh at my numbers either. This is for my real estate people. All right. As an investor, you buy properties or you try to do things at a certain percentage, right? So we buy for example, at 70%, 70% minus the rehab costs. All right, so you guys got to put your answers in the chat. So we got to see, make sure everybody can do this. So we got a house that the ARV stands for after repair value. That's the value of the house that it's going to be worth once we fix it up, right? Uh-oh, did that go away? Dag nabbit.
Yes,
All right, let's try that again. I haven't been on Zoom whiteboards in a long time. All right, let's try this again. All right, we get 300,000, right? So we buy this house, we're gonna fix it up, we're gonna try to sell it. We want to get 300,000 out of it. ARV, after repair value, is 300,000. Now, as an investor, we have to make money, correct? So we can't buy it at 300,000. So we want to buy it at a certain percentage minus the repair cost. So we buy at 70%, at 70. So let's do that part first. What is 70% of 300,000? Put your answers in the chat. Let me see what you guys come up with. I got to do it myself. I don't know what it is either. So 70% of 300,000 is what? And I'll tell you how to get it once I see your answers. So 70% of 300,000 equals, put your answers in the chat, please. Good, good. Okay, anybody got anything other than 210,000? Who we missing? A couple people. What kind of see people? Let me see everybody. Does anybody not get 210? Good, good. All right. So now we're at 210. It's going to cost us 80,000 to rehab this house. So basically to fix it up. So now subtract 80,000 from 210. Who was that guy that quick? Alina, good job. Good. So as a real estate investor, everybody that wants to do real estate, to do a fix and flip, you want to buy that house at 130,000. That's a basic real estate formula for buying a fix and flip house. You take the ARV, the after repair value, you multiply it by 70% or whatever percentage you want to use, and then you subtract the rehab costs. That makes sense? Questions, concerns, comments? Anybody got anything? All right. Now, for a rental property, say the purchase price is $100,000 for the rental property. This is what's called the 1% rule. You want the rents to be at least 1% of the purchase price of the property. So, all right, let's change this to 200,000. I can't change. So let's change that to 200,000. So the property you want to buy is $200,000. What should the rent be to make the 1% rule? Wow, she's good. Anybody else? Anything different? What do you think? Yep. Good job. Exactly. So those are the two basic formulas for real estate investing. To purchase a fix and flip or buy and hold, you want to do it at 70% or less. So 70, 65, 60. And if you want a rental property, we use the 1% rule. So you want to be 1% of 200,000 equals 2K. Good job. Good job, Helena and Janelle. Good, good. So that concludes my training or class for tonight. Any questions, concerns, comments, thoughts at all? How did you guys like the course? Was it informal, or what's the word for informational? Is that what I'm looking for? What's the word? Information.
informative.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's why she's a smart one in the family. Was it informative?
Very.
Good, good.
Sounded very interesting.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Since you guys went through SOAR, we have your information. So periodically, I jump back in on these courses and stuff, and I find out where the past scholars are at, and I try to keep track of them, keep up with them, because we mentor young people, and my goal is, and Miss C's, is to see you guys go to a place or get the information you couldn't. So with that being said, you guys have the SOAR contacts. If you have any questions about life, school, investing at all, I have an open door policy. It's a thing I learned in the military. So, for example, Janelle, if you having a bad day, if you feel like you got a question or something you want to tell somebody about, you can say, "Hey, Coach TJ, I got a question. Can I ask you a question?" I'm going to say yes. If I can't help you, I'm going to find the help for you. That makes sense. We don't want any kid to feel like, well, I use the word kid loosely. You guys are young adults. We don't want anybody to feel like they don't have anybody that can help them out. Like you said, you just heard about the guy, the young NFL player just committed suicide because he lost his mom. My parents are still living, fortunately, but that is a hard thing to go to. A lot of times, kids feel they can't talk to their parents, they can't talk to their teachers, they need somebody outside to talk to. We want to see all kids succeed, no matter what it is. Everybody needs somebody to talk to sometimes. So if you ever feel like you guys need a conversation or just somebody to listen, we're always here to listen to you, if that makes sense. So Miss C had put the survey into the chat, and that concludes my night. So that means I can get off if Miss C lets me. Am I free to go, Miss C?
Yes, you are.
Nice meeting everybody. Ashley, I hope you enjoyed your dinner. I'm sorry, to interrupt your dinner. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank
Can
you.
you resend
Now,
the chat?
Julian,
Because I missed the link.
she missed the link. Jayla missed the link.
You need it again, Jayla?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice
Okay.
meeting you all. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Like I said, if you ever need me,
There you
I'm
go.
here. So you can get me C to get my information if you ever need it. And everybody have a great night.
Nice meeting you too.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Do I have to do the survey too, Miss C?
No, you do
Okay,
not.
thank you.
It's the same routine. You guys are gonna put a D in the chat. And like I said, any questions or anything, feel free to leave. When you are finished, you are free to go. Just know for tomorrow, I teach the entrepreneurial mindset, and I did send a link out for you guys to complete an alignment assessment. Please do that. And also schedule a time to actually meet, because I'm doing a class debrief, but I'm also doing a one-on-one with you also. And so I need you guys